Ukrainian lawmakers are using social media to rally fellow citizens and to get their message out to the world as Russia launches waves of digital propaganda. Ukrainian Parliament member Kira Rudik tweeting, quote, "Now it is so important to deliver our message throughout the world. Russia has been pouring money into international media to support its narrative." She joins me now. Ms. Rudik, thank you very much. But first, if I could, I want to begin with reports of Russian forces having kidnapped a second mayor. Can you verify this? What more can you tell us about it? And what is your plea to NATO and U.S. and European countries?
Hello, good evening. Thank you so much for having me. So first of all, Russia does execute on its plan to kidnap mayors of the smaller cities and trying to persuade the local councils of the cities to vote to create so-called separate democratic republics. This is their plan. It was, first of all, it was to take Kiev and do it here, but once they failed to execute on any major city, they are trying to do it with the smaller cities. Of course, this is one of the Russia's war crimes, to kidnap authorities and try to replace them with their own puppets. And Ukrainian people totally deny these new authorities. But this again adds to the list of cruel, unbelievable, and devastating things that Putin and Russian soldiers are doing in Ukraine. And I'm happy to say that yesterday, one of the local councils of the taken city of Kherson was gathered in secrecy, and they voted that they are part of Ukraine. They would never be something separate. And there was an FU word to Russian soldiers who wanted them to persuade otherwise. So Ukrainian people are not falling under this schema, and we will be standing up united. There will be no separate republics, not now, not ever.
I love it. What details can you tell us about these Russian false flag operations to lure Belarus into the war? And have you or President Zelensky been able to speak with Belarus, the Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko?
So first of all, Alexander Lukashenko is not making any decisions by himself. So it doesn't have any, it wouldn't have any result, doesn't have any meaning to be talking to him. He is, right, another puppet of Putin's regime, and this is how Putin can only operate, only have his puppets. He cannot be working with the free people like Ukrainians are. This is why he is attacking us, because we have democracy, because we have freedom, and we are not willing to give it up. And my plea to the NATO countries remain the same. It always remained the same. Look how hard we are fighting on the ground. Look, there is no one single victory that Russia can say, here we've won on the ground. The only way that they're winning or trying to win is by bombarding our peaceful cities. This is where they can dominate, in the air. And this is where we do need help and do need support. We understand that NATO does not want to give us the no-fly zone. So give us the weaponry so we can create a no-fly zone for ourselves. Look how hard we are fighting. We will not be giving any inch of Ukrainian soil to them. Just give us something to fight their jets with, and we will be fighting. And we will be opposing them as hard as we're doing on the land. This is so crucial for us to win this war, and that's why we need the support from the air. We can call it any way. We can call it no-fly zone. We can call it jets. We can call it patriots. We can call it anything. We will accept anything because we do need weaponry to fight Russians in the air, to stop all this cruelty, attacking nuclear plants, attacking peaceful cities, attacking refugee convoys, trying to get this kidnapping of mayors and killing the civilians. All these things can go away. We are ready to fight for it to go away. Please support us whenever and wherever you can with giving us the additional weaponry for the fighting in the air.
And Ms. Rudik, about that additional weaponry that will be coming in through Poland, are you concerned that Russia will try to cut off those passageways for the additional weaponry to get to the Ukrainian troops and civilians who are there on the ground fighting?
Absolutely. We understand that Putin is not interested in ending up this war. He was very adamant. He said, I'm taking Ukraine Poland, Litva, and Lithuania. This was his words. So there is no way that he will be letting out additional weaponry coming to Ukraine. And this is why we need to get it as soon as possible. And this is why we will be fighting and protecting it. Because he sees that this is the way for Ukrainians to win this war, to be able to oppose him. And this will be one of the next major goals that we will have. One of the goals is to protect Kiev, the capital, where I am right now. Another goal is to take the peaceful convoys out of the occupied cities right now. And the third goal is right now to safely get the weaponry and the support that we are getting from the NATO countries into the country so we can exercise on them.
And I have about another 30 seconds with you, I beg your pardon. But I want to circle back to the top, which was, you know, many Russians don't believe their sons and daughters who live in Ukraine and are telling them what Putin is really doing in Ukraine. I mean, so what impact does Putin's disinformation war have on the brutal and barbaric military war that Putin is waging on Ukraine and her very proud citizens?
Informational warfare is extremely important. That's why he is keeping the whole large country of Russia in the dark, where people think that whatever is happening in the world is simply fake. And this is why we treasure our freedom so much, because we can trust not the things that our government tell us, but the things that we see by our eyes, by what the journalists are telling us, and by what the world knows is true. By talking to different channels in different countries, I have seen how much money was invested into promoting Putin's narrative. And I know that we do have to oppose it with the free media, with the real truth about what is going on, with the pictures and information about the casualties, about all the victims of this war, about what is really going on in Ukraine.
Yes. Ukrainian Parliament member Kira Rudik, the world is with you. We are with you. We hope the best for Ukraine. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you very much for your time. I'm sorry?
Glory to Ukraine.
Yes, glory to Ukraine. Thank you very much.